Hello and welcome to another Ninja Review. I'm your host, Ninja Jordan, and it's finally Halloween, so you know what that means. A spooky Ninja Review! So to celebrate the month of thrills and chills, let's take a look at one of my favorite spooky games from last year, Luigi's Mansion 3, because we might as well have some fun. I think it's worth appreciating that Luigi's Mansion, as a franchise, took off in the way that it did. It's a kind of worn-out joke amongst gamers that Luigi is the less desirable of the two brothers, the eternal player 2, constantly living in his brother's shadow. It's been genuinely refreshing over the years to see that both Luigi and his quirky comedy horror game are getting the love they deserve, and Luigi's Mansion 3 is no exception. Luigi's Mansion 3 begins when Mario, Luigi, Peach, and the Toads all receive an invitation to the luxurious Last Resort Hotel. After a brief introduction from the hotel's owner, Helen Gravely, the gang is shown to their rooms. However, things take a ghastly turn in the night when Luigi awakens to find his companions have been trapped in portraits by Helen Gravely, who has been working for her idol, King Boo. Luckily, Luigi manages to escape and is quickly reunited with his trusty Poltergust, and must now unravel the mysteries of the haunted hotel and rescue his brother and friends. It's exactly the kind of story you'd expect from the series, providing Luigi with a reason to be in a spooky location to get wrapped up in ghostly dilemmas. While it doesn't stray too far from the path of established story elements in previous entries, it does add some extra intrigue, particularly with the motivations of Helen Gravely and her release of King Boo, whom Luigi had sealed away in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. However, the story only provides the comedic appetizer to the main course, the ghost busting. Fans of the Luigi's Mansion franchise know exactly what to expect here. Part puzzle game, part Ghostbusters as you explore the hotel and suck up any ghosts that get in your way. Ghostbusting is pretty much exactly as it was in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, as ghosts need to be stunned with a bright flash from the strobe bulb, then sucked up with some skillful wrangling. Much like in Luigi's Mansion 2, players are given a charged attack that can significantly reduce a ghost's health while wrangling. Previously, it was a simple power suck. But now it takes the form of a serious slam attack. While this does help a lot in controlling large groups of ghosts, and it's essential for dealing with the special boss ghosts, initially, I thought it might have been a bit too powerful, since it doesn't take too much to charge it, and once you have it, you can slam a ghost 4 times, reducing its health by 20 each time. Most ghosts have about 100 health. But, much like with what I talked about in the Sticker Star video, I've come to realize that, like with its predecessor, Luigi's Mansion 3 was designed to fit the console it's on, namely one with optional portability. If players are on the go, they're given the ability to finish fights quickly in case they have to put the game down at a moment's notice, but if they're sitting to play the game in docked mode, then they have the option to wrangle them old school style. It's really excellent design. Similar to its direct predecessor, Luigi's Mansion 3 takes a more level-based approach to its world design than the first game. As Luigi begins his adventure, he quickly discovers that all of the buttons for the hotel's elevator has been stolen. As he explores the hotel, he learns that several powerful ghosts are in possession of these buttons, and he must overcome each floor's dangerous obstacles and defeat them in order to retrieve the buttons and ascend to the higher floors where his friends and brother are being held. Unlike Luigi's Mansion 2, where levels could only be selected from a specific hub menu, Luigi's Mansion 3 feels a lot more fluid and open for exploration than its direct predecessor, which has kind of been a theme for a lot of first-party Switch games. It's smaller and more contained, but it feels a lot bigger given the cohesion of its level design. The newest feature in Luigi's Mansion 3 is the inclusion of Gooigi, a gooey Luigi clone that was introduced in the 3DS remake of Luigi's Mansion to facilitate the game's co-op multiplayer. While Gooigi still serves the purpose of adding co-op multiplayer to the game, he's actually been fleshed out to expand the game's exploration and puzzle-solving elements, as certain areas that are inaccessible to Luigi's flesh body can be reached by Gooigi's malleable jello form, and certain puzzles can only be solved by teamwork. Other elements from Luigi's Mansion 2 return, such as the Dark Light, which reveals hidden object and Boos, and the semi-competitive, cooperative, online multiplayer Scare Scraper, as well as a newly added Scream Park co-op multiplayer mode that supports up to 8 players. While it's definitely great to play, I do have one minor complaint. The controls can be a bit wonky, particularly when trying to aim the flashlight, as the left stick controls Luigi, and the right stick aims while moving or while stationary. Since Luigi turns to face whatever direction he's moving, this can cause some conflict when trying to aim, forcing Luigi to spin out of control, which can be a bit annoying when trying to use the strobe bulb during hectic fights. But where Luigi's Mansion 3 really stands out is in its visual design. I can say without hyperbole that Luigi's Mansion 3 might be one of the best looking games on the Switch because of how much it does with color, ambient effects, and an overwhelming attention to detail. And while it does look great in handheld play, on the big screen at 1080p is where it really shines. Each area of the hotel is overflowing with life and character, and the incredible amount of animation not just for the environments, but the ghosts and Luigi himself could rival a Disney Pixar film. And each enemy and character has such a uniqueness of movement that adds so much charm to them. Luigi may be the most animated of all. The way he reacts to every little thing, from his frightened expressions to seeing ghosts, to his ridiculous slapstick interactions with some of the more disagreeable parts of the environments, serves to show why Luigi is such a lovable character and so much more interesting than his stoic brother. This is expanded further by the litany of in-game cutscenes that are so beautifully animated and enjoyable to watch, you'd almost wish they'd just make a Luigi's Mansion movie. And the aforementioned attention to detail, little things like how Luigi leaves behind little wet footprints or shakes like gelatin when he stops moving, makes this one of the most visually interesting games on the Switch. Furthermore, this is backed by a great use of horror iconography, something Luigi's Mansion 2 also did very well. Starting the game in a haunted hotel, not dissimilar to a mansion setting, is a great way to kick things off, giving the game some serious The Shining vibes. But it's great to see areas straight out of the Hammer horror films like the Haunted Castle, the Cursed Mummy's Tomb, and the Ghost Ship, to name a few, adding a lot to the game's horror influence. Lastly, in the design department is a soundtrack that knows when to use spooky ambiance to set the mood, and fun horror-themed songs to keep things light, as well as the great audio design of all the ghosts and how audibly expressive Luigi is in almost every scenario and cutscene. I don't think gamers will be underappreciating Luigi's loving anytime soon. Luigi's Mansion 3 may be the most fun I've had on the Switch since Mario Odyssey, and like Odyssey, I genuinely didn't want to stop playing it. It's overflowing with fun, humor, challenge, and, ironically, life. There's a little something for everyone, fans and newcomers alike. Do yourself a favor and do your Halloween right by playing Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 gets 4 Ninja Stars out of 5, and the official Spooky Ninja seal of approval. Well, thanks again for watching another Ninja review. If you like this video, let me know by hitting the like button, and definitely let me know what you're thinking in the comments. If you're new here and you want to see more videos by an actual ninja, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. But, for another Ninja review, this has been your Ninja Jordan. Goodbye.